Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another Redstone video, and in this one we're going to take a look at the item transportation system. Now for those of you who have been watching my Hermitcraft episodes over the past couple of weeks, this will sound like a fairly familiar project because this is mainly what I've been working on. It's a fairly tough project, but I've managed to get it all finished now, and one main thing that kept reoccurring in the comment section is people wanted a tutorial on the send and receive system. So what I decided to do is clear up some of the redstone because the original design was a little bit shaky, and this is what I've come up with. So over here we have got the original system that I designed for use on Hermitcraft, and looking back, it's all a little bit silly. I don't fully understand what was going through my brain at the time of building this that made me build it in this certain way, because it definitely isn't the easiest way of doing things. But basically what we've got is we've got a handful of levers out the front, then we've got some hoppers going across the middle, and when you flick one of the levers, it retracts one of the pistons, meaning that that redstone there turns off, meaning that this hopper unlocks so that the items go through into this hopper and end up in this dropper. Then these droppers are connected to a redstone clock that fire out all of the items into the different water streams, but to do that redstone clock we've had to use this pulse extender here from this hopper because otherwise not all of the items would make it through into the water stream. Basically, it's all a bit of a precarious mess, and as I say, don't fully understand why I went for that method. Moving on from Spaghetti Junction over there, we are now going to be taking a look at a slightly more logical circuit. This is the one that I've created for today's video. So first off, we've got all of the levers up at the top. These allow you to select the locations of where the items are going to be going. Then down at the bottom here, we have got our input chest, and all of the items put into this chest go down into this dropper, which get dropped out into this water stream, and depending on what lever you have flicked, will be diverted into the different locations. So for example, we currently have chest number 2 selected, and if we just head over to this chest right here, as you can see, when we throw in all of our items, they make their way into that chest, get dropped out into the water stream, and end up in chest number 2. Now for those of you who want to take a closer look at all of the redstone behind this thing, perhaps have a play around with it yourself, then as always there is a world download down in the description for anyone that wants to check that out. But anyway, how about we crack on with this tutorial. So you want to get things started with a 4x10 area, and the first thing that we're going to be doing is you want to chuck a dropper down like this, and now we're going to be placing in all of the compressed ice. So you want to take out all of these blocks here and replace them with compressed ice just like that. Then you want to place compressed ice right here, and compressed ice right there, compressed ice right there as well. Then you want to place a chest up at the end just like this with a hopper running into the side of that one. And now we're going to be filling in pretty much all of the gaps. So you want to place blocks going right the way across like this. They don't have to be glass, but I think glass looks the best. And then you want to fill in all of these gaps as well. We aren't going to be doing that one just at the minute, but you want to place a block on top of that chest right there. And that one has to be transparent, otherwise the chest won't be opening. Now it is time to do all of your pistons. So the first thing that you've got to do is you've got to go 2 blocks up like this. You want to place a sticky piston facing downwards, then you want to place a block in between it, and then another sticky piston there, another block, another sticky piston, and then finally another block, and then another sticky piston that should be directly above that hopper right there. Then on the sides of all of these blocks, you just want to place sticky pistons on all of these. You want to add another block on the end of this piston and place another sticky piston facing downwards there. And then finally, you want to place blocks on all of their faces, and that will be the main infrastructure for this build pretty much completed. Now for the item system, all you have to do is place a comparator running straight out of that dropper there. That is going to be going straight into this block with a repeater running out like that, then a block up like this with redstone dust on top of that, a block on top of that repeater there, another repeater running out of that block, and then a block here with redstone dust running in between all of those, and that will create a toggleable redstone clock that will only turn on when items are on the inside of that dropper. So then you want to place a couple hoppers running up like this, a hopper running into the side of that hopper there, then you want to place a double chest just in like that, and that is going to be your input chest, and then we can just surround that with blocks right there. And then finally, for your input system, you just want to place blocks going across like this, blocks going across like that, with levers on all of their faces there. To hook up all your pistons, all you have to do is place a block next to that piston right there with a redstone torch on the side of that block, and for this first one you're going to need a piece of glowstone that is going to run the redstone straight into that piston there. But from this point forth, it's all pretty simple. You just have to place redstone dust on top of that block and then repeat the same process once again. So that is block, redstone torch there, and then a block with redstone running into that piston, redstone dust on top of that one, and then for these next ones we're going to be varying things up a little bit. So it's block, redstone torch, block, and then redstone, but then on top of that you need redstone there, a block up like this with redstone on top of that one, and for the final one it is block, redstone torch, block, redstone, but then we're going to need a block up like this and a half slab on the side of this block right here with redstone dust running down to the bottom there. Finally, to connect up your levers, we're going to be working across like this. So you want to start with that lever there, run a repeater out of that lever. It's going to be going into a block with a block up like this, and then redstone dust on top of that one. That's nice and plain and simple. Then you want to place blocks going across like this, a block up like that with a repeater running out of this lever once again. That's going to be going into another repeater with a block like this, and then a sticky piston facing downwards with a redstone block, and that is that one connected up. Then we're going to place blocks going right the way across like this, all the way along here, running straight into this block. You want to place a repeater, and then redstone dust in the middle, and then a repeater once again, and that one is all connected up. Then it is pretty much the same thing right the way across like this, and all the way into this piece of redstone here, and that is going to be repeater, and then repeater, redstone dust, and then repeater running into that redstone there, and that is everything connected up. So now you have yourself a full and completed system. All you have to do is place the water down at the bottom. So now let's make sure everything is working. We flick this lever, and that back piston should retract, meaning that the water will flow into that one, so that one looks like it's working fine. This lever here goes into that one there. This lever here goes into that one there, and then finally this lever here should push all of the water into this one here. So that means that you can take these water streams out and push them off into your different locations. Finally, we now have to check that the actual item dispenser is working, so let's throw some random items into here, and yes, you can see that the redstone clock is working, and all of our items are making their way to the correct locations. So there we have it, ladies and gents. You have built yourself a successful and working item transportation system, and it really wasn't that hard, was it? So unfortunately, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.